May I come in, sir?
Yes, please do.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon. Please
Good
take your
afternoon.
seat.
Thank you, sir.
You're Mr. Vishal.
Yes, sir.
Vishal, you're comfortable with English as your preferred medium?
Yes, sir.
And you're vaccinated?
Yes, sir.
Both dose?
Yes.
If you're not having any symptoms right now, then you can safely remove your mask because we are also vaccinated.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Fine, Vishal. Then please introduce yourself to board.
My name is Vishal Dhakar. I come from Guna district of Madhya Pradesh. I completed my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya Guna itself. After that, I completed my graduation in BA Honours Political Science from Dayal Singh College of University of Delhi in 2018. After that, I completed my MA in Political Science from Hindu College of University of Delhi. And currently, I am undergoing training in Indian Postal Service in Ghaziabad, Rakanpa.
Indian Postal Service.
Yes, sir.
Which batch?
2021 batch.
21 batch.
Yes.
What was your rank?
Last time my rank was 579.
579. And you got Indian Postal Service.
Yes, sir.
So what are the service you are looking for this time?
This time I am looking for mainly Indian Administrative Service or Indian Police Service, though I have also filled Indian Revenue Service and Indian Audit and Account Service and
Okay.
Indian Defense East State Service.
Fine. So you're looking for 5-6 services.
Yes,
right
sir.
now. So Vishal, you're currently undergoing that training.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me 3 things which you have learned in the academy already.
So first, discipline, which officer must have. Second, about the structure of Indian Postal Service, like how Indian Postal Service works. And third thing is the services which Indian Postal Service or Department of Post provide to the people, to the citizen of our country.
Okay. If you look at the Postal Service's history
Yes, sir.
that you must have already studied, tell me why Postal Service is so characteristically different from other central services in the union.
Sir, the main reason is our last mile connectivity or reach we have. Sir, we have 1,55,000 post offices, which are, some of the post offices are there even in the most far-flung areas. For example, in highest altitude of Himachal Pradesh in Sikkim we have. So we serve the most underserved people of our country. That is the unique thing and different thing of ours in comparison to the other services.
Okay. If you look at, for example, the postal services have a different accounting system, which is not there in the other civil accounts. Why was it required?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of it.
You're not aware. No problem. You have studied from Delhi.
Yes, sir.
You studied from Dayal Singh College.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, who was Mr. Dayal Singh?
So Dayal Singh Majitia was founder of Tribune newspaper and also founder of Punjab National Bank. Sir, he was also a social reformer and worked for the social welfare and reforms, civil reforms. And sir, he through his charity opened Dayal Singh College. One of the Dayal Singh, after his death in commemoration, Dayal Singh College opened in Delhi also. Other than that, there is one Dayal Singh College in Karnal also.
Okay. There was one Dayal Singh College in Lahore as well. You're
Yes,
aware
sir.
of that?
Yes, sir.
What is the status of that college now?
Sir, currently I am not aware of that.
You're not aware. Anyways, thank you.
Vishal, you have a very interesting surname, Dhakad.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about it.
So Dhakad means being brave or courageous person.
So you adopted this surname or something else is there?
No, sir, I inherited that from my parents.
Okay, fine, wonderful. So is it being reflected in your personality?
Yes, sir, I believe it reflects in my personality.
What ways?
Sir, I believe that I stand on the principles. I take the right side, and which I think. And sir, I am a courageous person who is dare to take risk.
Give one example of your courage.
Sir, for instance, sir, I was in a hostel of University of Delhi, and there were some senior who were pursuing PhD. They were a scholar actually. So they had this one bad habit of putting plates outside, used plates of outside the rooms. So sir, one day I went in their rooms. I said to them, sir, please don't put the plates outside. So that they started fighting with me. So I remained calm, but sir, I complained to the higher authorities. They scolded me, but I tried to pursue them. So sir, those way I stand on the
Good,
principle.
very good. So, Mr. Dhakad, I'm giving you a situation.
Yes, sir.
In your house, the electrician comes and he's from an economically weaker section, and he tells you that his father, who was a Group D employee in a city municipal corporation, he got retired last year but has not received his pension, and the officials there are asking for money. So what are you going to do?
Sir, I am at what designation?
You are a simple citizen, well-informed citizen.
Sir, first we can file RTI of that what is the procedure of particular pension. Second thing, we can complain to the of for instance, if that person gets pension through the post office. So there are divisional head SSP is there. We in SSP level there is a Dak Adalat, we can complain in that. So in this manner that can be resolved.
Okay, fine. My next question is, you are from KV.
Yes, sir.
What is so unique about Kendriya Vidyalaya?
Sir, uniqueness, there are many. First is diversity, because in Kendriya Vidyalaya one can find children from southern states, northern state and northeastern states also. Second thing is because there are many KVs, around 1248, so it is very easy to organize national level, state level and regional level competition. So there is a lot of good scope for student to progress and compete and know where they stand.
Okay. When was your service initiated?
Sir,
IPS?
on 21 March
21 March, which year?
2022.
No, I am asking when was Indian Postal Service came into being?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Okay, then what is the motto of your service?
Sir, to serve the last mile. So postal service should be the
Motto.
Sir, I'm not sure about it.
Fine. Tell us the reasons why India has been offered full-time membership in IEA, International Energy Agency.
Sir, I'm not sure the specific reason.
Okay, fine. My last question is, do you know about GIS?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get.
Geographic Information System.
Yes, sir.
How it can be used in implementation of government schemes?
Sir, in different way it can be used. For instance, if we talk about the postal service, sir, addresses can be geotagged so that it would be easy for a postman to deliver things. Other than that, it would be helpful for government in other kind of services also, like Ayushman Bharat, we can take example. If the houses are geotagged, government can know in which houses we have done the survey of whether Ayushman Bharat has reached there, means survey has been done or not. In this way it can be used, sir. Other than that, sir, for example, in Manrega there is geotagging of assets which has been created, so in that way also survey can be done. Or in Gati Shakti program, which has been recently launched by the government, the infrastructure and projects which would be geotagged and their real-time progress can be known through that.
Very good. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me some of the special features of demography of Madhya Pradesh? Something
ma'am.
which makes it unique compared to other states.
Ma'am, first thing is forest area, more than 30%.
Will it come under demography?
Sorry, ma'am, no.
What is demography?
Demography mainly consists about study of the population of a
Okay,
particular
yes,
region.
Go ahead now.
First, Madhya Pradesh density of population, that is very low as comparison to the other states. That is around 134%.
That is a good thing or bad thing?
That is good thing if we consider in in the manner that people can live easily in environmental safer and air pollution or be considered in that way.
Okay.
Other than sex ratio, which is low in Madhya Pradesh, around 910 per 1000, that is quite low. Third is malnutrition, which is high in Madhya Pradesh as comparison to other states.
What about tribal population?
Ma'am,
What
tribal
is the percentage of tribal population of Madhya Pradesh?
scheduled tribe population is 21% in the Madhya Pradesh.
So, can you name some of the important tribes? Any tribe which you have observed in little detail?
Ma'am, Sahariya tribe I've observed in the little detail. Like I mentioned in my DEF about the Udan program in which I worked. In that program, I taught some of the Sahariya tribe girls so that they can get the basic education.
So, are there any unique features in their culture or their decorum which I can identify that this is the Sahariya tribe?
Ma'am, I have not observed any unique feature which distinguish them from other
Okay, no
tribes.
problem. Can you tell me what is the sex ratio of tribal communities
Ma'am, in India, per
in
se-
Madhya Pradesh?
in Madhya Pradesh, sex ratio is good in 960. It's
960. In some communities, it is even higher than
Yes,
1000, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and can you tell me some of the health problems related to tribal population,
Yes, ma'am.
which are specific to them?
Ma'am, first is addiction problem is there. Like tribals people are more addicted according to many survey to
Addicted to what?
tobacco and alcohol.
Okay.
And second thing is genetic disease problem is there among the tribal.
What kind of genetic disease do you have?
Like tuberculosis cases are more in
Tuberculosis, is
It's
it
not-
a genetic disease?
not genetic, but there has been a case studies
Communicable
that they are
diseases
more
are more.
vulnerable to those kind of diseases.
Those kind of
Ma'am,
diseases.
tuberculosis they are more vulnerable. Sahariya tribe I'm particularly talking about that.
Okay. Any other thing you can think of?
Other than that, malnutrition problem is there major.
So, if I ask you the extent of malnutrition problem in India as a whole,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have any figures?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, according to NFHS 5, National Family Health Survey, stunting is 35%, basting is 19%, reduced from 21%, and underweight is around 30%.
So, when we say malnourished, either of the three should be there, or they should be all together present? How do we
Well-
define malnourished?
Ma'am, malnutrition means deficiency or having excess of nutrition, some excess and some in deficiency.
Okay. Have you heard of USTR, United States Trade Representatives, and their priority watch list?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Ma'am, it is a 301 report, I think.
What is it regarding?
Ma'am, it is regarding imposition of sanctions or particularly watch a country which is not following the IPR and other intellectual property rights
So
related
US
laws.
keeps us blaming that we have very strict IPR rules.
Yes, ma'am. Recently, it is in the news.
No, from long back, US has been. So, do you think what kind of provisions do we have in our patent law, which US is particularly objecting?
Ma'am, may I take one?
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to recall it right now.
Okay, my last question to you. What do you understand by evergreening of patents?
Ma'am, evergreening of patent means patenting a particular item after the expiration of patent again, just having little minute change in it. That is called as evergreening of patent.
So, do we allow it, or are we accused to have? Which side are we? Are we misusing it more, or we are suffering from it more?
Ma'am, we are suffering from it more. I think we don't allow it, evergreening of patent or utility patent, that is called.
Utility patent. Okay, thank you.
Vishal, you are a student of PSIR.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what is gunboat diplomacy?
Yes, ma'am. Gunboat diplomacy means when a particular country use the warships in a kind of a military observation around in a ocean, like China's ship in the South China Sea or USA's ship in Indo-Pacific.
How did this term initially originate? Like, when was the first instance where it could be seen that, okay, this is gunboat diplomacy?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware of it.
Okay, do you think the Republic Day that we celebrate in India, is it kind of gunboat diplomacy? If you can just, see the connection or similarities between gunboat diplomacy and the kind of Republic Day themes we have.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware of the theme of particular
Like,
republic.
we also, show the different arsenals, the different military craft ships that we have and latest manufacture. Don't you think it's a message to the world, the kind of armory we have?
Yes, ma'am. It's a kind of deterrence message to the world. Yes, that we have the capability, and if any power tries to dominate over us, then we have that capacity of retaliation
So would
against
that
that.
come under kind of gunboat diplomacy? Gunboat diplomacy is basically diplomatically giving a message, the kind of superpower that you hold militarily.
Okay.
So would
Thank
it
you,
come?
Pardon,
Would
ma'am?
it come, our military day themes, would it come under gunboat diplomacy by that corollary?
Yes, ma'am. By that corollary, I think it comes.
Okay, anyway. Can you tell me which is India's Angry Bird satellite?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware of it.
Okay, do you know any of the military satellites in India?
Specifically, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. What is Bucharest 9, B9 grouping?
I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Can you tell me, if you were to advise the Prime Minister on reviving SAARC, what would be the 3 advices you would give?
Ma'am, first, for reviving SAARC, we need to improve our relationship with the Pakistan.
That's the exact advice I was looking for. What would you ask Prime Minister do to revive this relationship?
For meetings, SAARC meeting has not happened after I think long after Pulwama attack, I think. So first thing is that. Second,
We took a conscious decision to not
yes, ma'am.
communicate with Pakistan. So what would be your advice now?
Better trade between the SAARC countries. Like, our trade is only 5%.
I'm asking about reviving first the Pakistan as a country for SAARC to be reinvigorated, right?
Okay.
So first you have to advise him how to break or whether or not to be in communication with Pakistan. So give me your stand. You want the communication to start with Pakistan, or we should go with SAARC 2.0 where Pakistan is not a member?
Ma'am, I think we need to communicate with the Pakistan. As former Honorable Prime Minister Atal Bihari ji also said, that we can change our friends, but we can't change our neighbors. So Pakistan would always be our geographical proximity. So we need to talk with Pakistan, and we are at advantage side as of now, because if Pakistan would be ready to talk to us, it in indirect sense it has accepted the revocation of Article 370.
So your advice would be to continue going with the dialogue with Pakistan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My last question to you would be, have you seen the latest forest survey of India?
Per se, I have seen like a cursory glance. Forest is increased 23 to 24%. Earlier it was 21%. It has increased.
And where has this increase been? In which area? In which part of India?
Ma'am, in dense forest has not increased, but the sparse forest has increased.
There's
And
a particular region given in the forest survey that this area of India has seen significant growth of forests.
Ma'am, I'm not aware of it.
And any idea which area, which part of India has seen a decrement in the forests?
Northeastern region.
Northeastern region. Can you tell me the reason? Possible reason?
Ma'am, development of northeastern region in terms of road connectivity, in terms of the settlement of factories, etc. First thing. Ma'am, tribal people are also now being developing pakka houses, and also that may be one of the reason. Slash and burn cultivation can also be cited as one of the reason for that.
Okay, thank you, Vishal.
I just want to carry forward the same discussion. When you said sex ratio about in the tribal areas.
Yes, sir.
Why such tribals have a better sex ratio than other communities in India?
compared to the other regions? What are the reasons for that?
Sir, first is no sun matter preference in the tribal community.
Why is it so?
Sir,
Why is it so that it is not there in tribal areas or tribal people, and then it is more there in the other regions?
Sir, dowry may be cited as one of the reason, because in most of the tribes there is no culture of dowry, or dowry is in the different form. Like sometimes from the male they give the dowry, not from the female. So
Okay.
that may be one. Sir, also societies are matrilineal in the nature in some of the tribes.
Okay, perfect.
Other than that, sir, both male and female work, so there is a kind of equality of work also. So
in other areas, females don't work?
sir, women work, but in tribal, majorly women also work along with the men.
Let's come to another point, which is, especially in the western Madhya Pradesh, we have seen a rise in temperature. We are seeing this rise in temperature in every part of India.
Yes, sir.
That's heat wave.
Yes, sir.
Right. What are the reasons for these heat waves?
So this year heat wave reason is mainly because western disturbance are weaker, so heat waves has come in the March itself. Otherwise it would be in the April or May.
But they're perpetual, right? Every year they keep
yes,
on.
sir. So climate change, we know global warming is the main reason for that. Heat islands are becoming more because of concrete development in urban areas. That is one of the reason. Also,
how is it in your place?
In Madhya Pradesh, at my place, it is very low heat waves because there is a lot of natural beauty and forest area.
Okay. So because of forest, the heat waves are less there.
Yes.
We get to hear about these water crises in many parts, especially again in the western Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan and many other regions.
Yes, sir.
How do we define water crisis, or how do we define the water stress?
Sir, specifically I don't know at what, but
is there any particular volume that we consider, or it is just
sir, particular volume of water we consider. If it is below that, then water stress region is declared.
And you must have heard about composite water index also. You haven't heard? Okay, now we get to hear, according to this index, Madhya Pradesh has done very well in managing water. Can you tell us some steps that have taken by Madhya Pradesh government to improve the water usage there, or water management in the area?
Sir, reviving of the ponds from Manrega workers, that is one thing which has done. Madhya Pradesh has done very good in that. Sir, more
in comparison to other states?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, second thing is Madhya Pradesh is now diversifying the cropping pattern. Like in the southern Madhya Pradesh, millets are more being sown. So that is because wheat and rice take a lot of water. So that may be cited as other region. Sir, as of now, Madhya Pradesh has also been focusing on Can-Betwa linkage. So that may also solve the problem. Sir, reviving of Narmada in some of the areas where Narmada has been become like there was.
Why was there a need to revive Narmada?
Sir, Narmada, there were small streams of Narmada which were dried. Okay. So there was a whole movement of reviving the Narmada in 2018 and 19.
And when we are reviving, like suppose Ken-Betwa linkage, and so many linkages are there, how are we tackling internationally? Isn't Bangladesh creating any problem, especially in the eastern part?
Sir, with respect to Teesta River, there is...
What are the key issues in Teesta water?
Sir, there is a dispute related to sharing of the water.
Okay.
Bangladesh farmers mainly want more share of the water. There has been meetings, there has been agreements, but it was not fructified, like terms and conditions were not met.
But doesn't it sound too opposite, like too contradictory, that Bangladesh is facing floods?
Yes, sir.
Bangladeshi farmers want more water.
Yes, sir.
So isn't it too contradictory?
Sir, it is because of the season. In some season, rivers get dry. In that season, farmers want more water. And in some season, they don't want water because there is chances of flood in Brahmaputra. So a specific issue is because of particular season.
Okay. My last question would be, we said last mile connectivity. Can you tell us the last mile post office is in all 4 directions? North, east, west, south?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Any northeast especially?
So there is a whole northeast circle which we have, and we have a lot of post
And
office.
in
But
northern side?
specifically, I am not aware of the.
And in northern regions?
Sir, yes, sir. In Kashmir, we have a floating post office, and on Sikara boat. So that is there.
Okay, thank you.
Vishal, before we let you go, tell me if you come across a situation where you realize that you have a problem of anger management, what
Yes, sir.
will be the way to get out of it? What will be your recipe to get out of it?
So instant recipe is to take deep breaths. That helps very well in managing the anger. And second is to think from the other person perspective, like whom I am angry. Like if I would be in his or her position, what would be my reaction? And third is not to take instant judgment or instant action. Just take time so that I can realize the thing in a more comprehensive manner to tackle my anger. And for long term, I believe doing yoga and meditation and reading spiritual books and good books, which
But collectively, more our society is reading yoga and doing spiritualism,
yes,
more we see that the issues of lynching increasing. There appears to be a inverse reaction between yoga, spiritualism, and collective anger.
sir, I think other factors also come into role. For instance, fake news and radical news on the social media are contributing into hatred generation among the community. So while they are doing yoga and meditation, but they are feeding to such fake news and social media to whole day as they are using the mobile or laptop or internet. So that may be considered as one of the reasons.
Fine, Vishal. Nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can go now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Come, Vishal, take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Vishal, your interview is on 12th of May.
Yes, sir.
Last time क्या score था आपका?
151.
151.
And before that 146.
ऐसा क्यों हुआ?
I don't know. Consistently, I'm not getting good marks.
You're consistent in not getting good marks.
Yes, sir.
And what's your take on? I mean, you already know what is expected of you. You have faced
Yes,
interview a couple of times, so you're already aware. So tell me, what is your take on your performance today?
Some of the factual questions I might be prepared well for that. Like I don't able to answer ma'am's question. On some of the specific questions like related to Madhya Pradesh, I can be better prepared on that. Other than that, I think I need to improve my communication skills also, like way of expressing the things. Facial expression can be good.
So overall, you are in position to actually assess yourself. Look at the video carefully; you'll be able to see where your assessment is right. Our understanding is that you're a good candidate. You're a sitting officer. So in any case, the board's response to your presence is going to be slightly different from the other candidates. That's going to be there this time. So, but at the same time, it is also true that since you are eyeing for very limited number of positions,
Yes, sir.
so getting another 140, 150 is of no use, right? Since you are looking for very, good marks, so anything, I mean, in any case, you have to get 170, 180, if possible, 200. In that case, obviously, you need to take that extra.
Yes, sir.
I won't call it risk, but you need to slog a bit sometime, right? You need to be you need to be proactive in certain places. Right now, you are a good candidate. Your entry is good. Your sitting posture is good. The officer-like traits are clearly visible. Communication, by and large, is okay. I mean, your sitting posture is right. Your voice is clearly audible. So, on the checklist front, you're doing things right. But the checklist front has a problem that checklist is there for every average candidate.
Yes, sir.
So you need to have that extra push for last 25-30 marks. For that, you have to, maybe you have to look at a few things which you can do. One obviously is that you have to be proactive in listening, which effectively means that the moment question is given to you, you should have that tendency of reaching at what exactly the board member want to ask.
Yes.
Right? What, and then secondly, why. right? Why the board member is asking this question to me. If you have an answer to these two things, one, if you have the answer or not, and second, you understood that why the question is being asked, then you will be able to anticipate what is coming next, right? That part I believe can be a little better.
Okay.
You must have realized that it happened more than once that you started, I won't call it false, but you started slow. Then there was this push from the member to make you understand that what the member want to hear, and only then you come up with the answer, and answer is really good. So which effectively means that you have the answer, but you're starting it slow. My advice will be, look at the listen to the question carefully, give yourself extra 2 seconds, 3 seconds, so that you can structure your answer, right, in the pointers or in whatever ways, and then deliver it with the best possible way. Right now you need to listen carefully and structure your answer well, because see, 190, 200 is a kind of score which candidate has to push for it. It's not it is never given in charity. 150, 160 is given in charity sometime, but when you're talking about 190, 200, then you'll have to push for it. Please push for it. That's the thing I want you to do. There are a few places where it appears that, see, whenever you have this, since you're coming from Madhya Pradesh and you're a sitting officer, you have this extra opportunity to impress whenever the sensitivity things are being had. You're talking about tribals, you actually mentioned tribal. Use that whenever this opportunity is served to you, use it to best advantage. Right now what is happening, see, you mentioned Saharias, you mentioned tribals, but when we were discussing these, it appears that maybe an extra push is required so that you are able to impress the board members, that you know more than what is written in the books. And that experiential aspects always is a gainer. Whenever you are able to touch the hearts of the board member by saying, in the field I learned this thing. That aspect is always useful, because there the actual administrator is visible, the sensitivity and the administrative acumen. So basically you're not doing anything wrong on the things which are given in a mock interview. Ki ye kar lo, ye kar lo, ye kar lo. These things you are doing, but probably you need that extra push which I want you to push for. Other things in general you're doing well, right? Look at your service in as much detail as possible, even if you're in service only for 10 days, right? Wherever you can find the material about your service, and they are whenever you're able to come up with the anecdotal things about your service, it becomes really important, right? There must be many things that are told in your service. Use them if possible. It should appear that you're enjoying what you're learning, right? Other things are in place. Look at the motto. I mean, that part obviously was the basic thing that was expected. Other things are in place. I'm sure you'll do a lot better than this 150, 140.
Thank you.
All the best.
Sir, one more thing I want to ask, like whether I should go clean shave with mustache or with beard.
Well, a difficult thing
to I am doing experiment, like in first time I did with blazer and with clean shave. Second time I thought I would go in shirt and tie only, so like my fitness would look impressed.
See, you're looking nice.
I am thinking of just going with mustaches.
That is also not really very long mustaches, right? I mean, cleaner officer is a better officer in any.
Okay. Thank you.